Hello, we are going to show a topic in which humans have an impact on the environment, which in this case is the CO2 emission, and an ethical dilemma to confront. We decided to talk about emissions of CO2 because carbon dioxide is the primary greenhouse gas emitted by humans. The main human activity that emits CO2 is the combustion of fossil fuels, which in this case are natural gas, coal, and oil, used for energy and transportation. Like we said before, and as this graph shows, carbon dioxide is the main gas emitted by humans, making up an 82% of gases. Following is methane with only 9%, and as we can see, there's a wide gap of difference between these two gases. After methane, the next gas is nitrous oxide with 6%, and lastly, fluorinated gases with only 3%.
The ethical dilemma we're going to show is about a dad that wants to buy a car to his daughter, because for him it is difficult to take her from different places to others, but he knows that he will pollute more buying her this new car. Some of the causes for the production of the gas CO2 is electricity. This is the largest single source of CO2. The industry, that includes several processes that produce CO2 emissions through chemical reactions that do not only involve consumption. So, for example, the production and consumption of mineral products such as cement, the production of metals such as iron and steel, and the production of chemicals. Transportation is the consumption of fossil fuels such as gasoline and diesel to transport people and goods. This category includes transportation sources such as highway vehicles, air travel, marine and transportation rail. Agricultural and commercial and residential costs have a low percentage of emission. This graph shows the percentage of the costs previously mentioned. Electricity is the highest cost with 38%. Next is the transportation with 32%. And thirdly, industry that has 14%. Residential and other non-fossil fuels combustion are the lowest with 9 and 6% respectively.
Some of the effects of CO2 are asthma and bronchitis, sea level rise, reduction of the ozone layer, increased extreme weather and ecosystem change.
In this slide, it is shown some ways to reduce the production of CO2. The use of fuel-efficient vehicles. These vehicles use less gas to travel the same distance as their less efficient counterparts. When we burn less fuel, we generate fewer emissions. When emissions go down, the pace of global warming slows. Use of cleaner fuels. Some fuels, such as those made from cellulosic biofuels, can reduce emissions by 80%. The use of electric cars and trucks. When the electricity comes from renewable source, all electricity vehicles produce zero emissions to drive, improving the insulation of buildings, traveling in more fuel-efficient vehicles, and using more efficient electrical appliances are all ways to reduce energy consumption and thus CO2 emissions.
According to a state inventory, only in Monterrey, 993,719.19 kilograms of CO2 are emitted per year. Thank you.
Thank you.